evening. Welcome to Breathitt High School. We're here in PE Gym getting ready to start the 55th District Tournament with our first game here between the Breathitt High School Lady Volleycats and the Tigers of Jackson City School. Should be an interesting game. Breathitt comes into the game tonight 17-9, 15-9 in the region, and 3-1 in the district. City School, coached by Ricky Barnett, comes in at 14-15 on the year, 10-11 in the region, 0-4 so far in the district. I'm Steve Boland. We'll be bringing you play-by-play tonight. With me is Matt Hudson. Matt, when it comes to this time of the year, nothing really matters. Numbers are just numbers.
Yeah, and well, we saw it a couple of weeks ago. Everybody was kind of talking about the Lady Wolves down there in Campton. They'd had a bad year. They had a lot of injuries to start the year. Girls playing new roles. And all of a sudden here at the end of the year, they've turned on. They beat Breathitt in district play, so they got the 1 seed for this tournament.
So they get to watch tonight.
Yeah,
while
they get
these
to watch
two slug it out.
So like you said, we've seen stranger things happen this time of the year. You kind of throw all those records out the window, and you have to play ball every night. If you don't, you can go home.
One mistake changes your entire year this time of the year. We always say, and I always told my girls when I coached, none of this matters. Nothing matters until you get to the district. And here we are tonight, kick off the 55th district. Of course, we are a 3-team district in the 55th, so that means there's only 2 games. There's a play-in game to the championship, and the number 1 team goes straight to the championship match. That's Wolfe County this year. So the winner of this game will advance to take on Wolfe County tomorrow night right here. We'll have it live on Bluegrass Sports Nation, and you'll be able to watch. Or you can come out and support the girls, or you can come out and support the girls and watch at the same time, Matt, if they want.
Well, we see that happen quite often. There's been times where I said parents come over and say, "You're mispronouncing my daughter's name wrong." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry."
Yeah, we had an instance with, I think it was Buckhorn, maybe somebody, the numbers were wrong on KHSAA. We kept calling one girl by name, and somebody did finally correct me, and we got it right. That's the important thing. We want to showcase these girls, give them an opportunity to shine here, and this is something that Bluegrass Sports Nation has always done. You know, their family members that watch from across the country, around the world, they get to see their niece or their family members on TV and watch her play live.
Yeah, that's one of my funnest things to do in football games is to ask around and say, "Hey, guys, who's the farthest away? Like right now, where are you at?" And so far, there was a woman last year during one of the Breathitt football games that she was in Ireland watching us. So
wow.
I'm not kind of eclipsed that one yet, but
that's a pretty good distance. So it's going to be a great night here for volleyball. We're getting ready to have our national anthem here in just a second. We've got about 30 seconds to go before we head into the national anthem. So we're going to take a break while they do that, get a few commercials out of the way, and be right back with some volleyball action here at Breathitt High School.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family-owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza. Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500. Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life. Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Hey, Brian Milo here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Welcome back to the PE Gym here at Breathitt High School. We're about to kick off volleyball action tonight between Jackson City and Breathitt High School. Getting ready to head. One of these two teams, Matt, is going to head into the championship game tomorrow night against Wolf County.
Yeah, I said both teams had a good year. Said tonight is going to winner take all. One team will have to end their season.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the nature of this time of the year. You know, you play to get to this point. But one mistake, you know, you have a bad night and you go home. It's over. So it ends the season. For Jackson City, that would mean that there were two seniors that would go home and their final game. Number 15, Kennedy Duff on their roster, and number 18, May Oxford. May is a big part of their offense.
Yeah, I love May. She grew up in our church. She's played with my baby since they've been born, so she's a great young lady.
Good girls, good girls. They're all pretty good girls out there. We know the time and the effort that they put into getting to this point. And this time of the year, there's a lot of nerves, so we'll see how these two teams start out. You know, it's a nervous time of the year. Up on the stand, our R1 tonight is going to be Robert Paddock. It looks like the R2 is going to be Michael Gayhart. And we have two line judges. One of them is Roy Spencer, and the other is John Stacy. So we get ready to kick off action here. Ricky Barnett, coach of Jackson City, heading into, this is his 12th season at Jackson City, as City School will serve. And the first one by Kerrigan Turner into the net.
They caught me sleeping here. Hold on one second. I'll get the score up.
We've got district jitters too as Hamilton goes back to serve for Breathitt. And that ball's off Hayes and down for an ace. Sydney Hayes couldn't handle that one. And that's a point for Breathitt. Audrey Hamilton comes in leading this team in aces. And another one. That's 2 in a row here. May Auxer looks over at the bench and says, my bad. She'd like to have another shot at that one, I'm sure, as Hamilton back to serve again. And that ball's played up by Tara Strong and over by Richie. Off the net and down. Caught Breathitt asleep there. Megan McIntosh makes a play for it, but unable to get that ball up.
Yeah, great roll shot there by Richie that just tipped the net, so they took even further dive.
Yeah, I think they were backing up. I think they were looking for a little bit harder hit there, and all she did was drop it in. And Hayes back to serve, and that's going to be point Breathitt. Breathitt with some substitutions coming in. Raylan back in for Destiny Hensley. And it looks like Hayes into the game for Breathitt. And back, a nice shot for an ace. Perfect little top spin on that ball, drops in. That's a hard serve to handle right there. Not a particularly hard, forceful, but it's hard because that ball is going to be bouncing, dancing around a little bit as back serves again. Off the net and down, another ace.
Yeah, and I'm not sure anybody can return one of those. Once he clips the net and just takes a dive, it's...
And Coach Barnett very quickly says, timeout. Timeout. We're going to talk about this. We'll be right back after this.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502. Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
Coach Ricky Barnett sends his team back out and back serves again for Breathitt. And that's off of Hayes, another ace. That's 3 in a row for Raylan back.
If you go back and watch, because we've done a lot of Breathitt games this year, and if you go back and watch Raylan from the beginning of the year to now, she's kind of tweaked that serve. And it dances, like you said, it dances all over the place.
That's right. And she is an 8th grader. We keep saying that. She's an 8th grader. And they're going to call 4 hits on that one. Point to Breathitt. City School got that one up, but unable to get it back across. Raylan back to serve again. And into the net. Point Jackson City School. You've really got a situation here where you got a first-year coach, and you probably got the senior coach in the region, if I had to guess. I don't think there's another coach. I was, but then I think Rick is now. So 12 years. And that's going to be out of bounds, point to Breathitt. 12 years Ricky's been at this. He has 187 wins coming into tonight's game, almost 200. He's won 58% of his games. So a tremendous coach, been at it a while. As Stacy serves for Breathitt, and Richie pops it up. Kerrigan Turner tried to get it over, but unable to break the top of that tape.
Yeah, it's something we've noticed around the region this year is getting covered all these games. There's a lot of younger coaches kind of stepping up around the region.
Those of us that have good sense have left. That's what I say. I miss parts of it, but I don't miss it all. That's for sure. As Halsey will play that one across. That's an overpass and down. I'm not sure if that was Hayes or Neese. One of those two got to that ball and put it down on that overpass.
Yeah, you could kind of see their eyes light up as it started floating towards the net. The birthday ball heading towards it.
Yeah, in the words of Elam, that was a birthday ball. Stacy to serve for Breathitt. She took a little bit off that one. And again, an overpass. And all he wants that was, you can see her as soon as she hit it, it bounced off the palm and out of bounds. Point to Jackson City. May usually has a pretty good little run here, so good serve there. She puts that one in. And a little bit, they're going to call Jackson City in the net. 21, that is Napier, into the net. As Pelfrey comes in for Hayes for Breathitt.
You can talk about a ball that likes to dance. This knuckleball here.
Yeah. Yep, that one had a little spin on it after we talked about it. Oh, and Nice. A little short on that one. Sometimes those are the hardest ones to hit, though, Matt. Those that are just floating there, coming across.
Yeah, those ones that are design sets. You know, they're not coming at the same trajectory, same speed as you're used to. They're harder to judge.
Right. I always say it looks like a watermelon coming at you. It's so big, and you just know it's going to be a perfect kill. And into the net is Tara Strong. She's one of their seniors tonight. I said 2 earlier, but I think there are 3. I think Tara's a senior too. So Halsey back to serve. And she returns the favor into the net.
Service error, followed by service error.
Yeah, we'll just trade them back and forth. Both teams tonight looking a little bit skittish, maybe some nerves, maybe, first round jitters, whatever. As Breathitt goes out the back. A little bit too strong, got under that ball, and that popped it up.
That's one of my wife's cousins there took the brunt of that one. So
she was luckily able to deflect that. Good reaction. And that's a deep, deep serve by Natalie Napier. And Breathitt just pops it over. Outside, and Richie puts the ball over. Nice got under that one and went out the side.
Yeah, and for those that have followed the Lady Tigers throughout the year, they've not got a ton of size. They're not going to be a ton of kill attempts at the net, but they are extremely fundamentally sound.
Well, what used to drive me crazy as a coach was Ricky would just absolutely battle you on defense. He trained his team for defense, and that's how they win so many games. Good defense sets up your offense, and he would let us make our own mistakes, and we made them over the years, I can guarantee you. And the set's going to go outside to Richie. Nope, taken by Hayes. And that's an overpass. Richie plays it twice off the net. Point to Breathitt. Coach Barnett not happy with that play. Giving a little bit of instruction as Megan McIntosh back to serve. We've got a timeout on the floor for a second as we tie a shoe.
Yeah, like you said, the Tigers so good on defense. The volleys seem to last forever sometimes against them.
Yeah, they just don't make mistakes. They're fundamentally sound, and that's good push over by Hamilton. Richie plays it in. Hamilton outside to Destiny Hensley. And they're going to go cross court to Richie, and she goes deep. McIntosh with an absolute save there, and Hensley just plays it over. Napier will set it to Richie. Richie with the push. And here again, you see they're letting Breathitt make their own mistakes. And Kerrigan Turner off her hand and out of bounds, unable to save that one there. That's what always drove me crazy about, Ricky Barnett's team. They were fundamentally sound defensively, and they would wear you out and let you make your own mistakes. Megan McIntosh to serve. Up by Richie, and Napier plays that one up, and they're going to call 2 on that one. Had a little spin coming off of her hands. McIntosh to serve again for Breathitt. And she goes into the net. The one thing that will kill you in region is service errors. Service errors, at least put it in play is what our argument always was. Put it in play, we'll go from there. We can fix anything. Kerrigan Turner with the serve. And that's an overpass, but played back by Hamilton, who's there to block. Richie tried to go with a little soft tap back over, and Hamilton right there to block that one. That earns her the right to go back and serve. And May Hoffer with a hit. Outside to Hensley. Nice dig in the back row there by Turner. And back to Pelfrey, who plays it up off the rafters. And they're going to call net. And I didn't see number 18. They're going to call Hamilton in the net. Hayes to serve for Jackson City. And back to Hensley, and that was a nice cross-court hit. She turned that wrist to put that ball down in that slot. Good hit by Hensley.
You've seen a lot of good volleyball action tonight. You know, a lot of getting into their sets.
Both of these teams, when they're in system, you know, they're consistent with their hits and they're able to target specific areas. Hayes plays that up, and Ritchie just pops it back across. Hamilton to Halsey, and that's blocked and out of bounds off the hands of Ritchie. Breathitt stretches out to a 10-point lead, 19-9 here in the first set of the 55th District Tournament. Braylon back with a nice serve, and that's an overpass. Stacy pops it. And it's going to be out of bounds, unplayable by Jackson City School. And Breathitt reaches that 20-point margin first, that 20-point level first. An 11-point lead here. An ace from Braylon back. And Ricky Barnett stomps the boot and says timeout. As we'll take it with him. We'll be right back after this message.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
Welcome back here to Breathitt High School. We're seeing two very young teams here in action. And right now, Breathitt has the advantage. Definitely some first game jitters, Matt. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, just trying to get settled down. You've seen a lot of the volleyball that we've seen where the mistakes have been made, uncharacteristic of both teams. You know, throughout the year, we've watched them kind of iron those things out, but tonight it seems like the nerves have got them back.
And Braylon back serves in for Breathitt. Set by Napier. Up in the middle for Stacy, who drops the hammer on that one, and Hayes unable to play it up. Raylan back to serve again. Raylan's been on a little bit of a run here in this first set. This is her second service round. And Tara Strong plays it over. Back set to Hayes. May Oxford plays that one over. And Napier will set a back row for Kerrigan Turner. Halsey down in the corner, right in that seam. Point to Breathitt.
We talk. That's where the Bobcats have the Volleycats have such a big advantage, is the height, honestly, against the Tigers. So,
yeah, you've got two girls in the front there that are hitters for Jackson. Actually, right now you have three in the front row that are some of Jackson's primary hitters. So this is. And they're going to call in the net, number 22, Tara Strong. She just got the edge of the net with the tip of her finger there, but it's still a net violation. Raylan back still on this service run. And this is set point. And in the first set, outside to Strong. And they're going to go to Halsey. Who else? And that is going to be first set, 25-9. Breathitt takes the first set. We'll Take a quick break here in between sets as these two teams get a chance to get a drink and rest. We'll be right back with set 2. Matt, we'll see if they settle down a little bit in set 2. We'll be right back after this message.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Welcome back to Breathitt High School. Breathitt to the Volleycats take set 1 by a score of 25-9. But the Tigers, both teams looked a little skittish, a little shy there in that first game. A lot of mistakes, Matt. I saw some things that they usually don't do that both teams were doing in that match.
Yeah, like I said, we talked about the Tigers' defense. You know, it's always so hard to get a point. But they're not going to be the super aggressive offensive team, but getting a point down against the Tigers is an accomplishment.
So what do you think they have to do here? I think Breathitt, of course, has to go to that combination of Hamilton-Halsey. I think that has to be what they do here. City School has got to get more balls, I think, to May Auction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she had very many hits that match, but that's one of the secrets that I think they've got to do. What do you think, Dee?
Yeah, just more net defense. Like I said, you're trying to get up and alter the angles of the shots. You know, a lot of kill attempts coming from the Lady Cats. Just having someone there at the net to block it. You're trying to get it over the top, send more out of bounds. We've seen the Lady Cats have that issue so far, getting too much behind it and sending those long.
Yep, it looked like there were several, at least 4 or 5 out the back that time. Just too strong or getting too far up under the ball would cause it to pop up. And we're ready to kick off the second set here. Aldrin Hamilton for Breathitt is back to serve. Taken by Kerrigan Turner. Set from Napier. They're going to call 2. That ball rolled off Napier's hand, and they're going to call it. Napier had came into this game, you know, with pretty good assists. I think she's leading the team. That's right, at 123, she's leading the team. And that's going to be played over, an attempt to play it over by Charlie Stacy, but unfortunately, the net got in the way.
We mentioned earlier, like a lot of the people, you know, relatives getting to watch these games from afar, but kind of a fun fact, my mom has become the biggest sports fan I know.
Well, she has to make sure that her boy's doing good and be proud. You know how parents are.
Yeah. So,
and that's an ace.
I get messages all the time asking me where the games are and what's going on, and I think her and my nephew Wyatt are watching us tonight. So
that's a good thing.
Shout out to Mama and the nephew tonight.
You can never have enough support, and Mamas love you no matter what. As Stacy plays that over off the Kerrigan Turner serve, and there's an early ball to May Auction. And that's tipped out of bounds by Hensley.
So a good hot start here.
2-2.
Should be 3-1, I believe.
Yeah, Doug's trying.
There you go.
There we go. Doug Halsey, the scorekeeper. That system he's had a little trouble with this year. And that ball's played up by Halsey. And Pelfrey puts it in. And out of bounds off the hand of Destiny Hensley. As City School takes a 4-1.
Told Doug he can't be perfect all the time. He's got to mess up at least once a game so we can talk about it.
Well, that's what he said. He said he'd make one mistake just so he looks human. That's what it is. And that ball's out of bounds off the hands of Kerrigan Turner.
So Kerrigan with a good service run there. Low out to set a good lead here, 2-point lead for the Tigers to start this second set.
Raylan back, who had a couple pretty good service runs in that first set, back to serve for Breathitt. And off the hands of Hawksher, and Kerrigan Turner plays it over. Stacy will put that one up, but played by Turner. And May Hawksher is blocked at the net by Hayes and down. Point for Breathitt. Hayes was happy about that one.
Turner's showing her IQ there for Tigers. Even if she had to send over a free ball, making sure to send it deep.
That's right. You want that defense to have to move. As Richie pops it over for City School in the middle to Stacy. Blocked at the net, but played by City School. And that's going to be in the net. Hayes. Actually, no.
Stacy.
19. They're going to call Stacy. Yep. I didn't see the numbers he was holding up there. City School with a 2-point lead. Hayes plays the ball in. Hamilton to Hayes. Hawksher pops that one over. Outside to Halsey. And down for Jackson City School.
Yeah, that ball had some crazy looking spin on it and just crawled over the net.
In the record books, it all looks the same. They'll take it. Hayes back to serve. Nice serve into the middle. And Halsey. And out of bounds off the hands of Hawksher.
The ability of these girls to find the ball in the air, know where they're at compared to the net, and still be able to drop it to a certain spot on the floor amazes me sometimes.
Oh, it's all easy until you get out there. Then it's a little different. Outside to Halsey. And that ball played up, and they just about celebrated too soon. And unable to play that ball, and the collision there at the net. Both of them are up and feeling good. Point to Jackson City.
Well, it's just 1 point in the record book, but that one took a lot more effort, Phil.
Yeah. As we saw Neese and Halsey dancing there at the end together, Richie goes back to serve. And nice serve, hard serve, and that's going to be an ace. Back unable to handle that when it came in hot and heavy there. As Richie goes back. Kylie Richie is an 8th grader. And out the side. Pelfrey will come in for Hayes as she goes back to serve.
So if we write it down today, we have back on one side, Richie and the other 8th graders. See how many times we say those names.
In the next 4 years. In the next 5 years. We're up through this year. Outside. Too strong. And May with some force. Halsey just taps that one over. And up to Hawksher. In the middle to Neese, who pushes to the side. Up for Tara Strong, and she has to play that one over. Too tight into the net and out of bounds.
Yeah, like you said, just got too close to the net. She wasn't able to get to the right angle. Keep that one in bounds.
As Pelfrey serves. And almost rolled it over, but point to Jackson City School. They extend that lead up to 3. Mayox.
So tonight's not had much luck.
Yeah, she comes in with 60 aces on the year, averaging almost 2 a game. And that's down for Breathitt. Megan McIntosh back in the pink libero uniform for Breathitt. She gets the service call from the bench and puts that one in play. And out of bounds, Abigail Clemens out the side. Abby is a freshman for Jackson City School. And good job by Hayes staying with that ball. A lot of times that rollover is hard to handle. And the setter's out of this. And Hensley goes into the net. Breathitt pulls closer, and then City School pulls right back out again.
And speaking of Abby, one of my wife's little cousins, every time you say her name, I always think Abigail Leanne Clemens. That's all she'd say when she was little. Full name.
If you're giving it, might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
And Hayes tried to play that one over. Miscommunication there between Napier and Hayes tried to take it and into the net. Yeah, if you're given a good name like that, you need to use it. Kerrigan Turner. And Richie pops that ball in the back corner. Wow.
Well, they give you a whole court, so you might as well use the whole court.
Well, you know, that corner was feeling neglected, so she gave it a little love that time, and they'll get the point on the board. Kerrigan Turner with the serve. Nice floater back there. Up for Stacy. Outside to May Oxshire, and May pops that one over. Hamilton to Hensley, and she throws that ball, and Hayes unable to put it over.
Breathitt trying to utilize that mid-set. That quick mid-set, so hard to defend. She said Stacy, there's no time to react to it in the defense.
Yep, and as soon as she gets on top of that ball, she'll be just like Pollard in Knott County, they'll be unable to do anything with her. As Mack puts that ball in, May Oxford will play it over. Hayes sets to Hamilton, who pops it. Jackson City trying to go for that middle, but so far Breathitt has been able to play that. And that's Halsey off the hands of Hayes and out of bounds for the point for Breathitt.
Yeah, Volleycats able to whittle away at that lead and now tie it up 12-12.
And the set to Richie. That ball was tipped at the net, and Halsey. Yep, the ball had entered the zone. It is a legal hit.
Some of those rules, and as much volleyball as I've seen like I've watched now.
Timeout.
The net still confuse me.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes. You got to keep an eye on it and make sure it's in that zone. If not, we'll get called for it every time. So Jackson City's going to talk about it, and we'll take a quick break, hear from one of our sponsors, and be right back.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Welcome back to Breathitt High School. We have a close game here in our second set of the first round of the 55th District Tournament. Breathitt has just battled back and taken a 1-point lead over Jackson City. City School had led the entire beginning of this match, and Breathitt has caught up and now taken a 1-point lead. Raylan Back is set to serve for Breathitt. And that's an ace.
Yeah, thinking about matchups, rotations at the net, right now is kind of Breathitt's opportunity to strike.
Breathitt has the lineup they want with Halsey in that front row if they can. And Halsey, right on cue, throws that ball down.
That's where you kind of lose me sometimes. So you talk about rotations, when to do substitutions to create those favorable matchups.
Yeah, that's the real trick of coaching. You've got to get, and that ball's in. Sometimes you want to rotate your rotation. You generally run the same rotation. You just put it in different positions to match up in certain matchups. And that's one of the things that really is one of the tougher things about coaching. Your girls get used to playing, and sometimes it can mess with their mind to change something. Stacy out of the middle, played by Turner. And that's going to be 2 off the hands of Napier. When they get to district play, they aren't very forgiving of any kind of an issue with that ball rotation. So we'll see more and more of that as we go into the regional tournament. Set outside by McIntosh, and that hit the antenna. Point to Jackson City School. Looks like the hold for Hayes. That'll send the ball back to Breathitt. The Kentucky Volleyball High School Coaches Association had just released the new poll, and Notre Dame, of course, still number 1, and you'll never guess, Assumption 2 and Sacred Heart 3. Seems like we've seen them before. And a great play by May Oxer at the net, sort of an overpass that she cut off and put down off the hands of Breathitt.
May comes from the side, kind of like I keep thinking of Magic Johnson hook shot. Like,
yeah,
she comes from the side and knocks it down.
That was a slide. We'll call that a slide. It works. And off the hands of back, Megan McIntosh saves it, and Nice will play it in for Breathitt. Outside, and they're going to call 2. That has to be frustrating, but that is how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's, something, notice that in basketball and football as well. Once it gets to postseason, they swap the region. They do swap the refs around. So something you may have been used to throughout the year is called a little more strict during the postseason.
Yeah, if you get a 13th region or a 15 or 16, they call it entirely different from what the 14th region does. And Napier plays that over, and they're going to call a violation. Hamilton decided to see what the other side of the net looked like, so she laid down and checked it out. They've also just released the 14th region poll, and it looks like Knott County comes in at number 1. Number 2 is Letcher. 3 is Powell. 4 is Wolfe County moving up in the rankings. And there's a 3-way tie for 5th place. Breathitt, Leslie, and Perry Central. So that tells me the 14th region is wide open after you get below Knott County, who has to be the favorite. Blocked at the net. Clemens blocked for a Breathitt County point.
And it kind of tells you that the voters of that kind of think the way we do. If Wolfe County has moved up that much with the record, is those injuries at the beginning of the season don't mean much to them.
Yeah, nothing really matters except what you do tonight. That's off the hands of Hayes. Gives Breathitt 21. Breathitt kind of got that lead and never looked back. And Halsey, another uncharacteristic mistake, throws out the side. We always say you're only as good as that last play because nothing really matters that's happened to this point. All the records, all the state rankings, all of that, nothing matters. And Tara Strong goes out the side for Jackson City. Megan McIntosh will come in for Breathitt. City School has their setter, Natalie Napier, pinned up at the net. And McIntosh rolls one across.
Yeah, had somebody under the net to get that one. So
yeah, that drops straight down. The momentum dies when it hits that tag, that tape at the top. And a hard hit from Stacy off the hands of Ritchie and out of play. That brings us to set point here in the second set. 24-16, Breathitt leads. On the brink of taking the second set, but I'm sure City Schools is not going to give up. Ritchie plays that one up. And they're going to say that Napier, trying to get to that ball, hit the bottom of the net. As Breathitt claims the second one by a score of 25-16. They lead this one 2-0, and we get ready to kick off the third set here in about 3 minutes or so. We'll hear from a couple of our sponsors. Be right back.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time. Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Welcome back. We are about ready to kick off our third set here in the 55th District Tournament. Breathitt leads by a score of 2-0. Coach Ricky Barnett giving some instruction to his team. Coach James Strong, first-year coach for Breathitt, talking with some of his players down there. So we'll see how they come out in this third set. City School came out with a little energy at the beginning of that one. Really played hard. Ran out of a little bit of steam there, but they didn't give up.
Yeah, at one point there, it was tied up 12-12. Even that, well, Jackson City had a 4-point lead there at one point in time as well. So, like I said, just being able to finish the set. If they can come out, start hot, and finish the set, get this kind of back to 2-1, breathe new life into it.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. These girls get their head down sometimes. It's hard to turn that around. I've seen that happen many, many times. But I know if anybody can, Ricky Barnett can. He's been at this long enough. He knows what to say. He always has them fired up for district, always has them ready to go for regional tournaments. So he knows what he's doing on that sideline.
And for the Lady Cats, the Volleycats trying to get some of these uncharacteristic things that are going on fixed before tomorrow night.
Yeah,
if you get to move on, Halsey's shoot service is kind of the main thing I'm thinking of.
Yep.
Off the top of my head. She's so dependable, and tonight it's not had a good run.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Breathitt specializes in power. We haven't seen that tonight. We just haven't seen that at all. As Kerrigan Turner serves in, they're going to call two off the hands of Hamilton, and Hamilton has that little grin. She knows they're right. That ball spun out on her. Kerrigan Turner to serve again for Jackson City here in the third set. I used to laugh at them. I knew all their little ticks, and that's a ball down the line by Stacy. I knew all their little ticks, how they smiled when they knew they were guilty, how they reacted when I asked if they did really hit the net and they looked away. I knew how that was. That's what you learn as a coach. As Hamilton pops that one up, and May Oxford will play it over. Back row hit, and Halsey into the net.
Yeah, I said one thing about coaching. Like I said, you get to learn the kids, know their personality, know them off the court.
Right.
So like I said, noticing how they react on the court, always easy at that point.
That's right. That's right. The hard part is dealing with the boyfriends and the fights and all of that stuff. As Pelfrey aggressively hits that ball and puts it down. Nice cross-court shot.
No, that's what makes it rewarding, though. That's what makes you you come back.
You love those things. You beat your head into the wall while you're going through the third or fourth boyfriend issue, but you figure it out real quick and move on. Calm them down and talk to them about volleyball. And that ball's up. Kerrigan Turner will play it over. The set from Hamilton goes back to Hayes, who makes the adjustment. Outside to Strong, who plays it almost on the back line. And Stacy would just push that ball. And an overpass. Hayes can't quite get to it. She needed a real quick growth spurt there to get up a little bit higher to get that ball. And that'll send Richie back for Jackson City. And a little too much curve on that ball, and it goes out the side. Point to Breathitt.
Richie has real good movement on the ball. Maybe just needs to change her launch point. If she goes to come down the court a little more, it's a curve stay in.
Yeah, she brought that arm around just a little bit. That's a easily fixable service issue. But Riley Ritchie, we're going to see a lot out of her in the years to come. And May Oxer plays that sort of a side-handed hit, but it worked. And Hayes will have to play it over. Outside, too strong, and she goes out the side.
Too strong,
too strong is for strong. Stacy back with her serve. We've talked about it all year long. And into the net. You notice that time she didn't get that little jump that she'd been playing with. She walked straight up to that one.
Yeah, except with the jump serve, like you said, though, so many things have to go right. Timing in the air, timing of the jump. So,
yeah, this time of the year, they try to be too conservative sometimes. And that's a straight shot from Halsey. No one was going to get to that Rockets. Point to Breathitt.
Yeah, that was one of those ones that even if there were blockers at the net, it may not have done any good.
I don't think, it's hard to get a player over there when you're trying to roll those two defenders in the back row. It's hard to get that over, shift over there and cover that. Pelfrey puts the ball in for Breathitt. And that's a high return and point to Breathitt as Halsey will put that ball down. That pass was super tight against the net. There wasn't much you could do with that one. Breathitt with a 2-point lead. Richie with an overpass and up to Halsey. And that's played up. And a little bit of a collision there. At the net gives the point to Breathitt.
A great hustle there. Just Strong not able to get out of the way quick enough after she had the hit.
Pelfrey. Played up by Neese. And Halsey will play it across off the tape. Sent by Hamilton to Neese in the middle. And Hamilton in that front row, she can be a hitter. And she does. Ball is down for a kill.
Yeah, those that don't get to see the Volleycats as much, that surprises them a lot of times. Hamilton will go from setter to kill real quick.
When she's in that front row, you have to keep an eye on that because she will drop it down on you. And Clemens goes way back with that one. And that's going to be a tight set for Halsey, but she plays it over. Tara Strong. And that's a set from Megan McIntosh. Richie pops it into the back row, 2 backs. Pelfrey over to McIntosh. And both teams playing super conservative right now. You're not seeing any aggressiveness from either side, except that one. Of course, we mentioned it, they've changed. Halsey with the kill there.
Halsey may have an earbud in down there. She talked about her.
She's tuned in. She may be one of our hundreds of viewers there online, either on YouTube. I wonder if she's on YouTube or on Facebook. Which one do you think?
I hope she's on YouTube. Much better quality over there.
Get better streaming there. And Pelfrey goes into the net. We'll have to ask her later if she's just listening to YouTube or Facebook while she's playing.
And, of course, we appreciate all of our listeners. But if you are looking for the better quality, YouTube does let us stream at high def, while Facebook limits us to standard def. So,
all right. We have Tara Strong, the senior, back for Jackson City. A nice serve, and it's going to be a free ball to Jackson City School. And Halsey is there for the block as Napier tries to tap that ball over.
as a coach, would you want to go to try to set that back, or try to knock it over?
We always taught you just take your hand, you just take your fist and punch that ball. As Halsey goes out of bounds again, we always taught you just take your fist and pop that ball up. It's better to keep it in play than to try to do some, push into the net or something like that. When it's that tight against the net, there's not much you could do. You just try to simply push the ball out. And Napier goes out of bounds.
That just made me thought, because if you try to set it back on your side, that would have been a cap. Or
yeah, it depends. If it's the third hit, it's not a cap. And McIntosh goes into the net. But if there's a player there to play the ball and you reach across the net, then it's a cap. So there's a little bit of and then you have to define what the blocking zone is. So there's a whole lot more than what it looks like from up here.
So my simple question was harder than I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
It's about 4 sections in the rules handbook. So just on that. Oh, that would have been a net touch, but they're going to let it play. Paddock and Hensley goes down that line. No defender there.
And we got to think, a lot of these referees, there's 4 or 5 things they're trying to look at all at once. So if you do see a foot fault or something that wasn't called, they may have just missed it.
And it looks like we're going to have a substitution here. I'm not sure what's going on. It may be a medical issue, but we're going to have a substitution. And entering the game is Briley Curtis, who's on the roster. But I don't think that's Briley Curtis.
Well, Briley Curtis, I thought
transferred. That's right. So I'm not sure who 25 is. If somebody knows, just post it there and we'll get that corrected. As City School plays that ball over. Good teamwork there. And Pelfrey goes into the net. Looks like we're getting some fluids on the sideline here. Probably be right back in Napier here real quickly. And back for Jackson City is Hayes. And she puts the ball over to Pelfrey. Hamilton up. And they're going to call Hamilton on the 2-hand. Point to Jackson City. City School has this lead down to 3. Hayes to serve. And out. Referee Roy Spencer over there on the line says that ball was out. Point to Breathitt. Destiny Hensley will go back and serve for Breathitt. Destiny's been working on her jump serve. Let's see if she tries it here. And she does, but it's a little bit low.
Plenty of velocity. That's what I saw.
Just a matter of timing. Destiny is a freshman. She'll have lots of time to get that corrected. I'm sure she will. Riley Ritchie puts that ball over and tipped in the net by May Oxer. And 19, Stacy into the net for Breathitt.
So the Tigers have quietly pulled back within 2 here.
Riley Ritchie back for City School to serve again. Spins the ball, gets ready. And we have Napier back in. Riley Ritchie with the serve. And too hard out the side. brought that hand around a little bit instead of forward, and it tailed on her right out the side. Stacy will go back for Breathitt to serve. And she again does that little stop serve. May auction. Over to Hayes, who plays it. And that's in. Harrigan Turner with the back row kill for Jackson City School, right about the 10-foot line there. Point to Jackson.
Not not the most characteristic play. I don't know how to say that one. It's still a point, is what it means.
Yeah, she reacted to the ball, but Breathitt didn't react to the ball. Almost a cap call there, but Breathitt able to play it out. And Napier put the ball down.
Yeah, Hayes with a great defensive effort there with the pancake. Volleycats just not able to get it back open.
Yeah, she popped it up. That was a legal pancake, but nobody there to play it. The girls always loved when they get a pancake like that. I love pancakes myself, but they mine have a lot more syrup than that on them. Uh-oh, off the backboard, and Hamilton will pop it over. Strong, unable to play that one.
Looked like she went for that finesse shot.
Yeah, it looked like she was expecting to set a little closer to the net, and that one popped back just a hair. Breathitt back up by 2 as Pelfrey goes back to serve. And Nice pops that one into the net.
Pelfrey looked to have a little trouble there on the serve. Wasn't able to get what her normal serve would look like.
And that will send Tara Strong, the senior, back for Jackson City School. And she floats one right into the libero and then backs it up with some defense. Nice pops that one. And again, Tara Strong. But City School unable to capitalize on that. And Breathitt with the point.
Halsey with a good jump serve. There's a quick set.
Hard hit and a block there. And a good hard hit down at the back line for a point for Jackson City School.
It was a good job there by Volleycats getting to that mid-set. But takes a better job by the Tigers defense.
The point goes on the board for the Tigers. They bring it back to 1 as Napier serves for City School. Some good defense and over by Hamilton.
Just unlucky there for Richie. It should just barely creeped across. Looked like she had a good block set up.
And Megan McIntosh back for Breathitt. And Kerrigan Turner plays it over. Libero for City School. Stacy with a hit. And over not. That'll be 4 hits on Jackson City School. A little bit of confusion there. And Coach Ricky Barnett calls his first timeout of the match here in the 3rd set. We'll take a real quick break, or actually let's just keep it here while we head into this 3rd set. What do you think they're saying in the huddle there, man?
Well, like I said, just stay back in it. You know, you're only down by 3 points for the Tigers. You know, just kind of keep with what's been working. Stay with that defense. You know, Breathitt's making some mistakes. Just keep on the defense, and maybe they'll beat themselves.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. You see Breathitt kind of, in my opinion, they kind of let up a little bit. That intensity's not there that we usually see from them. They're not playing aggressive. I used to get on to my girls all the time for playing not to lose. There's a difference in playing to win and playing not to lose. And that's sort of what mode that Breathitt shifted into. A lot of times you'll make mistakes when you shift into that. You can be too conservative when it comes to volleyball.
And like you said, we're used to seeing these Volleycats attack on offense. You know, Stacy, Halsey, Nice at the net. Always a lot of kill attempts. Just tonight doesn't seem like they're getting into that system as much.
Yeah, it seems like neither team really has settled into, any kind of comfort tonight. That they've all been real jittery, real almost like they're scared or something to play tonight, in my opinion. Up by Turner, set by Napier, and popped over by Hayes. Back row hit from Halsey. Handled. And Ritchie will play that one back across. The set from Hamilton is played up by Strong outside to Ritchie, who plays it over. Destiny Hensley. Going to be a back row to Tara Strong and almost drops that one in. And they take advantage of, out of bounds. I thought they had them there. They pulled that defense up on Breathitt and then tried to go back row with it, but a little bit too strong. Out of bounds. Breathitt stretches this lead out to 4.
That last volley was so long that I forgot McIntosh was still on serve.
And McIntosh pops that one over. And there's one of those little pushes by Hamilton. And a nice dig there. And the ball is down. Hensley unable to play it back across.
A quick note, BSN will have the entire 14th region volleyball tournament on next week as well. So watch all the 55th district action here and the 14th region.
And into the net by May Archer. Of course, whichever team goes from the 14th down to the state tournament, the KHSAA takes care of all of that. They don't do streaming. You have to buy their stream. So you can certainly follow our 14th region team. I haven't seen the draw yet, so I don't know which region they're going to play. The year we went, we got Assumption, the number 2 team in the country. That was a fun event. But guess what? We still won the region. So as Hamilton with a nice save, Pelfrey just pops that ball over. Hamilton up on defense. McIntosh with the set. And Ritchie goes too far. Point to Breathitt.
The Lady Tigers have had numerous occasions of that tonight. Just 6 inches a foot too far.
Breathitt 3 points away from taking this match and advancing to the finals of the 55th district. And Kerrigan Turner can't play that one off the ceiling. And that moves Breathitt to 2 points away. Hamilton back to serve. And that ball's played up. Over to Oxford. Ritchie will put it in the back row for City School. Up for Hensley, who hits the net. 4 hits. City School not ready to go home yet.
You still have to fight back here. Like I said, Brett's still just 2 points away from taking this match.
Hayes back for Jackson. And she puts it into the back row. Hamilton pops that ball up and barely over for Breathitt. Outside to Pelfrey. And she goes strong cross court. And Hayes unable to play it. That'll bring us to set point, match point here in the 3rd set. City School is going to have to stave off 8 of these match points, so set points, to stay in this one. Head back. Up to serve, and that will do it. Jackson City School loses in the first round as Breathitt claims the first round of the 2024 55th District Tournament. As the girls shake hands, Coach Barnett crosses the court there. It's always good at the end of the game to see these girls, even though they're rivals, even though they're 55th District rivals, even though they're rivals within, a half mile of each other here in town. We're able to say, good game. We're able to shake hands, smile at each other. And tomorrow the sun's going to come up whether you win, lose, or draw. So what do you think, Matt? Tomorrow night, Breathitt High School advanced to take on Jackson City. What are we looking, or to take on Wolf County? What are we looking for tomorrow night?
That's a hard game to try to think about, just because, like I said, the Wolves have fought through so much injury this year, so a lot of girls playing out of position, but they do have their big kill, their big outside hitter. Nay is back full health. So I guess if the last match they had was any kind of lead into what this is going to be, it's going to be some great volleyball action. It could go either way.
And of course, it's always a great game when Jackson and Breathitt, Jackson and Wolf, Wolf and Jack, no matter how you go about it, the 55th district is always good volleyball. Of course, this will end the season for Coach Ricky Barnett's City School Tigers. A good year, great year. We look forward to more volleyball out of that young team. You know, you got a couple seniors that'll be leaving, but you've got a very, very young team, and we saw some good things out of those younger players, out of that entire team. So we look forward to good things from the City School team next year. But tomorrow night, it'll be Breathitt and Wolf County here at the PE gym at Breathitt County High School.
Yeah, if you can make it out, so that is one of the funnest games you can ever have. Anytime there's a district championship on the line and Breathitt and Wolf can be involved, like I said, unexpected things happen, but always great ball, no matter what it is.
It is, you know, and there's a definite rivalry there. For years, it was Breathitt and Jackson as some of the top volleyball teams in the region, just happened to be, you know, all in the 55th district. Well, last year, what we end up?
55th district championship and the 14th region final were the same two teams. Yeah.
We'd seen each other. I think we played 5 times last year. Wolf beat us in all 5, but we played 5 times last year, which is extremely unusual for a setup. But that's how it goes sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, well, when like I said, two great teams, they just seem to find each other. You get in all these tournaments, and they don't want them to face off first round. They put them on opposite sides, always end up fighting back to each other. So, like I said, great volleyball action here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'd like to thank everyone that tuned in tonight. Like I said, and tune in tomorrow night. We'll have the 55th District Championship when the Wolf County Lady Wolves will take on the Breathitt County Lady Cats. Steve, you got anything else closing?
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, thank you to all of our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to bring you this without their sponsors. So if you've watched this live stream and you drop into any of those businesses that are supporting these young girls as they play volleyball, that are getting these games out over the airway, tell them thank you. Tell them you saw it on Bluegrass Sports Nation. You appreciate what they're doing for this community, and they're supporting these girls as we move forward. So a great game of volleyball. Any night of volleyball is a good night of volleyball, I say. And we're really proud of both of our hometown teams. We're really proud of Jackson City and Breathitt. And we move on to the rest of the 55th District Tournament. So for myself, Steve Bowling, and Matt Hudson, we want to say thank you for watching. Have a good night, and hug somebody you love.